Language skills, I think if you are in the services sector and you're in legal services, I think language skills embedded in your China operations are just critical. Those of you who know me well know I've been banging on about this for 15 years, and occasionally I just want to pull my hair out. But I reckon the smart thing is this. I often hear the criticism from Australian corporates that the problem with folk who've got really good Chinese, whether they are Australian-born Chinese or whether they are obviously Australian Chinese citizens, or whether they are Caucasians like me who decided to have their own misspent youth studying Chinese, is that if you're into the widget industry like you are, in whatever you sell to China, or if you're into the recycling of tyres, you can say, well, these guys are terrific. These guys and girls are terrific at language. They can entertain most people at a dinner party. They don't have a fig of knowledge about my particular industry. Well, my response to that is, so what? Your job is to train them. Bring them in, regard it as a 3-year apprenticeship, and teach them everything there is to know about the tyre recycling business or the widget business or the education business. It's a bit like attracting a raw recruit to any business. Just take them under your wing, remunerate them, look after them, and teach them something they don't know, because they've got services to provide to you that you don't have. And so I think we've got to the stage now with the explosion of a people-to-people business where this now becomes much more critical before than when we focus primarily on agricultural or mining commodities. Why? Commodity trade occurs, frankly, within a limited number of people. Your negotiators, they sort it out. They're smart, they're sharp, and there's several hundred of them that, frankly, you could put into this room who basically deal most of the mining deals between Australia and China, or most of the ag deals for that matter. The services industry, for God's sake, you're looking about tens of millions of people. And therefore, the importance of having people embedded to your operations who are comfortable in the language and cultures of China and the wider region is really important, and it's an investment worth making. People then say to me, but they're not popping out of the universities in sufficient numbers, and some of the universities are contracting their teaching of Asian languages. Well, business has to provide the lead by creating a demand factor, a pull factor, so that the universities say, come and do your 4 years of Chinese with us, or do your 1 year in country, you'll come out with a pretty good general education, plus a law degree, an accounting degree, or whatever on the side, an MBA. Frankly, you've got a pretty potent box of skills there. But business has to take the lead in taking that bit of an investment risk in saying that each year we're going to take on someone or two people who are frankly equipped with these skills and train them up. My final point about the services sector is this. National Broadband Network. One of the reasons why I've been so ideological on this for such a long period of time is because I have sensed deeply the emergence of the services sector export market right across East Asia, and the world for that matter. And therefore, if you've got a bandwidth and band speed which is among the fastest and broadest in the world, which we hope to have through the NBN Co, then you've got a capacity to pump stuff up and down the tube really rapidly. If you're in the design business, for example, and you've been tasked with the job of redesigning 3 suburbs in western Changsha, one of the cities we're visiting, well, isn't it going to be a lot easier to be able to go whack, there you go, it's all up the tube, give it to your Chinese language expert to make sure that it's all appropriately rendered. Having access to broadband, given China's phenomenal access to fibre optic to the premises across most of the large cities of China, I think it will be a huge asset to Australian business as well.